The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Through the working with that kid Kirby, is that how you met TKO? Because I know that you also did some work with him not long after, I think.
Well, so me and Kirby, we only did the one song. Like, I kind of feel bad that we never... Oh, actually, no. He did. He come and recorded a few songs. We did a few songs. So... But then, for whatever reason, I think it was because I was so consumed by doing the next That's Them album. It was kind of like, fuck, I was juggling, you know, my time, and I was like, fuck, I didn't have a lot of time, you know what I mean? So I thought, man, I can't really give it the focus that I wanted to give it to work with him, you know what I mean? I was hoping we could do at least an album, you know what I mean? And I would have just put, because I don't like to do shit half-hearted. I'd rather just, if I can't really focus on it, I'd rather not do it, you know, like, and I felt like, you know, I'd kind of be letting him down if I was kind of only half trying to focus on it, you know what I mean? Where I originally started off super focused, but then Sam was like, you know, it's been, and I felt the same too. It's been 5 years. I don't want to let it go 6 since we've done a That's Them album. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And he was already doing other stuff anyway. Like, it's not like he needed me or whatever. You know what I mean? He was doing his own thing. So we kind of did that song. It did well. You know what I mean? And then, bro, it's like he just kept going, bro. You know what I mean? He just pumped it himself, you know what I mean? So, but that was around the time that OB, so the other rapper from Queensland, bro, he'd been hitting me up since early 2016, and then I don't know, like, he was hitting me up for a while, but it's like he didn't stop. That's what made me start thinking, okay, like, he just kept hitting me up, you know what I mean? So then it made me think, oh yeah, like he's G'd, you know what I mean? So what the timeline goes is that I started doing with shit with OB first, you know what I mean? But then at the time, OB was, and he was only young, he was like 20, bro, you know what I mean? They're only young, you know what I mean? And then he was doing stuff with TKO. So they were doing shit, and OB was getting a mad buzz. Then we did an album. We did Mixed Emotions. So what I did with that album, so he was in Queensland, bro. So this was like a long distance project. You know what I mean? So it was like the first time, like I've done tracks long distance and that, but this was the first time, oh yeah, I'm doing an artist with someone, an album with an artist I'd never met, you know what I mean? But we talked and that on the phone or whatever. And then, so I just sent him all the beats. He'd pick the ones he wanted. He wrote to them. And then the mad thing about him is he could sort of sing as well. So it was like some of the hooks he'd sort of sing and that. And then, so then once he told me, oh, I've written this many songs, and he had the album, I said, sweet. And then he was G'd. I was happy for him to record in Queensland and send me the vocals. I could have worked on it like that. But he was like, no, I want to come and meet you, you know what I mean? And then record at your studio and, you know, do it proper, like do it together, you know what I mean? And I like doing it like that. It is a good way of doing it, but it's like I can still get the vocals and do it. But yeah, he wanted to come and meet me, so he came and he stayed here for like, I think it was like a whole week, bro. It was only a week, but we smashed the whole album. And then when he left, I mixed it and then got it mastered and that, and then we did the cover and all that. And that actually did pretty good too, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like he did a couple of clips and that, and he's still young, bro. Like, I reckon if he keeps grinding, like, it would start taking off. But I feel like in this day and age of streaming, bro, you got to just smash tracks. Like, you got to be practically pumping something at least I don't know, like more than before, like once a month before. Now I reckon it's more down to 2 weeks. You know what I mean? You got to be putting out something. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be, you got to be pumping out tracks, because people are dropping tracks every week. You know what I mean? Like streaming era, bro. You just got to have content, like a lot. You know. So yeah. So then 2016 OB hit me up. And then, but then we didn't start working on the album until 2017. But it was kind of towards the back end, because I was still building this studio. It wasn't finished until early 2017. So I was kind of out of action for like a year and a half or something like that. You know what I mean? And then so he hit me up. In that time frame, I was still dropping beats, and just you know, like I said, I try and do a beat every day, like at least one. You know what I mean? I might get 2 if I'm lucky. You know, some people will say, oh, they pumped 5 beats and this and that, like. But I reckon that's more if you just sort of grab a loop and then you just chuck the drums on, and then, you know, you keep it real basic. You could probably do a lot of that. But I like basic too. Like I think the more I've done beats, it's like I've realized that less is more. Like, you know what I mean? If you can make it sick on just one sound, an 808 and some sick ass drums, you know what I mean? That's all you need, bro. You know what I mean? And then you put the rapper on it. You don't need much else. Like, so that's what I feel like. The newer shit is more minimal, you know, like, and I feel like I like minimal. Like, I can fuck with minimal, you know what I mean? I more recently, I've been doing heaps minimal shit. Like, minimal. Just like, you know, like I said, like a mad loop, 808, maybe a bass to switch it up between the 808 and the bass. And then just heavy drums, you know what I mean? And like, that's it. You know what I mean? So yeah, so we did the Mixed Emotions 2017. So that came out, I think it was March or something, February or March 2017. Oh, no, 2018, sorry. So, yeah, we're working on it towards the end of 2017. I think we recorded it early 2018. Then it dropped February or March or something. Then TKO hit me up. So I was working with OB. TKO actually jumped on a few of the tracks on OB's album. So when we were recording this, actually, the first time I recorded with TKO was actually before I met OB, because I sent a beat to Michos the Menace, the 100 Hoods Deep beat. So then he had written to it and he was like, oh, TKO's jumping on it. You know what I mean? So I recorded Michos here. I already met Michos because we already had a song together. So then I already met him. So he come and recorded here. So he recorded his verse first. Then TKO came. I think he just done a fortnightly report with Forte. So then he come and recorded, bro. And I'm telling you, like, it was all happening. Like, I thought, yeah, this is going to be mad. But then the fucked up thing was, the file just vanished. Like, the session just shut down. And I was like, bro, we're going to have to fucking start again. Like, it was ridiculous, bro. We already spent recording Michos. Then we waited for TKO. He came. He smashed it. Then next minute, the fucking file disappears, bro. It's like the session just fucking shut down. And I was like, and I'm trying to find it, where to open it. And it's literally the file that I saved, the Pro Tools session, had disappeared. You know what I mean? And I was like, fuck. So then we had to literally start again, you know what I mean? So Mitchell's record his verse again. But this wasn't over like a short time frame. This was over a couple of hours. And by then, you know, people were like getting tired. You know what I mean? I think people were like starting to get drunk. And you know what I mean? It was a different atmosphere by the time we recorded it the second time to the first time. and I always felt like the second recording wasn't as good as the first one, but I thought I can work with it, you know what I mean? But then, thank fuck, the next morning, they left, and I was looking on my computer. I thought, man, I've got to find this fucking recording, bro, you know what I mean? And then I found it. I found the fucking original, you know what I mean? So then it was mad. So then I had 2 takes of the one song, you know what I mean? So I had the second version that they recorded and the first version. So then what I did, it's like I just imported both their vocals from each session into one session, and then I just selected my favorite bits, you know what I mean? Like out of their delivery to get the strongest takes, you know what I mean? And then, yeah, so that song come out pretty mad, I reckon, like, because, you know, it's like when you work with someone the first time, you don't want to do a shit job, you know what I mean? You want to show them, like, you know, I know what the fuck I'm doing kind of thing, you know? You don't want to, your first impression matters, you know what I mean? So I think TKO was so G'd that how that turned out. He was a mad cunt. He was like, oh, I want to do an album, like, can you do one? Like, and I was like, yeah, like I was finishing OB's one. I said, after your one, I'll do your one, you know what I mean? Like, we'll kick your album off. And so then I went from doing the Mixed Emotions, and then his album was, so it was TKO's second album, so it was Against All Odds. So I was just sending him beats, you know, like I was sending him beats, and he was the first one in a while that I seen, like, Cursor, that could just pump shit fast. Like, I feel like when people take too long, they either haven't got the bars, or they got too much other shit going on, you know what I mean? But I feel like if someone gets a beat and they just smash it out, you kind of know, it makes me get G'd because I feel like they're hungry, you know what I mean? Like, and he would just smash them as nearly as quick as freaking Cursor, bro. Like, he'd just smash them and call back, and he's got the verse, you know? And then he didn't fuck around, he'd come and record. And the thing with TKO, he could come and record, and he would just be one take, boom, just bang, there it is, like, and he's just fucking knocked out the whole shit, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, he just, and then if you said, oh, nah, can you do it again? Like, he could do it, and he would do the same thing again, like, just bang, just smash it, you know? So he was very good to work with, like, and so we ended up doing, so 2018, I went pretty hard, like, so I did Mixed Emotions, then I did Against All Odds, the TKO one, then I did the one with TKO, oh, sorry, wait, yeah, so I did Against All Odds, then I did another OB one in the same year, Let Me Get Mine. So I did another album with OB that was more like an R&B, because remember I told you could, like, sing. So I was he wanted to do it too, like, so he wanted to do it and I wanted to do it. We both come up with the idea, fuck doing a rap album, you know what I mean? I said, bro, you can sing, like, let's just do an R&B one, see how it goes, you know what I mean? Like, just for something fun. I said, man, you can sing, let's do some R&B shit, like. So that album, I actually really tried to switch it up and just focus on him singing. So there was Mixed Emotions, Against All Odds, Let Me Get Mine. So that's already 3 albums in 1 year. Then at the end of the year, I started the Root of All Evil. So that was another TKO one with King AK, the guy from this rapper from Queensland, the Gold Coast. So, bro, that was another one I smashed out. So the Against All Odds hit number 1. The OB ones, they come close. They didn't hit the number 1, but every TKO one I've done has hit number 1. So then we did, and you know, bro, he gets millions of views, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he's big. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's actually one of the biggest. Like, and see, the thing with me, like, I don't really care if it's someone who's big or not. You know what I mean? Like, I'll work with anyone if they're passionate. You know what I mean? And they can rap. Like, I'll do it with them. But you know, so yeah, so did The Root of All Evil. That was the end of 2018, going into 2019, and then I think it dropped early 2019, and then and then me and TKO did another album, like the drop not even long after that. So that was Split Personality. So that's 2019. So that's 2 in 2019.
The lesson. 7. Oh yeah.